groove. I think, rookie year, you're figuring it out. Your second year, you're still kind of learning. And now third year, you're grooving in the middle of the league.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just... It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
More than 40 years ago.
It is indeed, D.A. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for T.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
A look at Virginia's opening lineup. J out there with D. Then it's Tiny. Then there's B. And it's T in at the shooting guard. Miracle Man is out there with Money. Then there's Buckets. Then it's D. And it's Goose in at the 5 down low. A lot of trade rumors beginning to swirl now, Brent. Several teams out there trying to add talent. And sometimes it comes at the expense of team chemistry.
It can, and I think teams who are very, very aware of their potential to be into the playoffs are careful to tinker with that. If they know they're going to have an opportunity to play in the postseason, the additions that they have to make, Kevin, they have to understand that that player coming in is great for us, but how is it that that player comes in? Who does it affect in our locker room?
Or they make a trade or don't make a trade because they're worried about team chemistry and how it'll be affected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, I'll go back to an addition sometimes into a locker room with just that talent may affect the talent you already have. And if you're really cognizant of that fact, sometimes not making the deal is the best deal to make.
And the 3 off target. Mitchell outside. And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Mitchell. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
You could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
There's the pass to D. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocks it loose. Now here's Teague. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Clock at 6. Here's Butler. Here's Goose. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box, destroy you.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Here's Clark, covered by Mitchell. Here's Clark. Last time out, he had 13 points. Just 5 on the clock. Here's T. The offensive rebound. D. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Virginia shooting their first free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside Butler, back to Mitchell. Here's Goose. He had 10 points in the win against Milwaukee. 6 on the shot clock. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Jay, the pass to Clark. Pass to Jay. And it's to that. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And here is Mitchell. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like. Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And Mitchell drops them both. Virginia trails by 10. Pass to Clark. Good, nice job down low.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
T kicks to Butler. Back to T. Tries from 10. The Cavaliers pull it in.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And here's the break. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Passes it to Jay. Another shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the free throw, no good. Gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Teague deciding where to go with it. This one for 3. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. D passes to Jay. Dishes to Clark. Beyond the arc. But they recover it. The pass to B. Here's D. That misses off the backboard. Now Mitchell. He's got 6. They get a hand on it. Kicks it to Butler. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Virginia. D's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Clark. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. He was all alone on that one.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside T. Mitchell outside. Outside Butler. Lets it go from 14. Count the basket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Timeout called, Virginia. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, so in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Pass to Bottoms. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. It's blocked. He's again. Makes it off the glass. Gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Pass to the kid. Here's the mayor. Shot from 12. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. No good on the second free throw. Virginia trails by 4. Pass to Clark. From 12 feet out. Here's Big Camp. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For Virginia, they've made 1 of 3 free throws in the game. And the first one drops. Good on the second, so he makes them both. Doing well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Here's Okeke. Here's Bottoms. It's rebounded by Virginia.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
And the basket is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Okeke. pass to Bottoms. To end the cold streak. The shot, no good. And Virginia going the other way now. There's a minute 34 left here in the opening quarter. Virginia working the ball around. Passes it to Big Cat. Here's B. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Bottoms, the pass to Okiki. Here's the mayor. He had 10 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. The pass to Bottoms. From past the arc. The shot will not fall.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
40 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Clark. From 12 feet out. Drained for 2 points. Clark's got his second basket of the game.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
Here's Bottoms. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
That's his second personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Bottoms. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Clark. One second left. First quarter wrapping up here. You thought it's a tie ball game. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, the coaches increased ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. We've got the kid. Miracle Man is out there with the mayor. And there's Bottoms, and it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot. 4 on the shot clock. Here's B. No good off the back of the rim. B's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. There's Bottoms. Kicks it out to Mitchell. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. To the middle. Here's B. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Mitchell looking it over. Pass to the kid. Passes to the main. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's B. And he uses the glass on the layup. B's got the lead up to 2 now for the Cavs.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Now, here's Mitchell. Defense is right there, and he lays it straight in. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Timeout called, Virginia. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jay's checked in for Big Cat. T comes in for B. And T subbed in for Ball. Jay, the pass to Clark. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The dish to T. Takes the 3. He can't get it to go. And Virginia going the other way now.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Now the pass to Mitchell. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter. For Virginia, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Clark. 6 points for him. Tipped away. T, the pass to Clark. Huff, covered by Mitchell. Here's Jay. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And the call will be against D. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Mitchell dishes to Butler. Pass to Goose. Mitchell outside. Out of bounds, Virginia takes possession. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You look at Mitchell, he's pulled in a lot of votes, nearly enough, in fact, to break into the top 10 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and probably wishing he was a little higher on that list, but there's just too many other guys also having fantastic seasons.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Passes it to Jay. Clock at 6. T, defended by Butler. They get it again. D passes to Jay. He kicks to Clark. Over Mitchell. The Cavaliers again can't hit. 43% from the floor. That's tipped. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 4 points now in the quarter. Clark's gone 4 for 9 from the field. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's Clark, and it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Mitchell with it. He's got 10. The kick out to T. 6 to shoot. Teardrop shot. The Cavaliers pull it in. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that will be the first game of 5 straight at home. To the paint. To the wing right side. Here's Smooth. And it's blocked. Now, here's Mitchell. The pass to Goose. He dishes it to T. It's blocked. Here's Clark. 10 points for him. Pass to Jay. Here's Smooth. Passes to D. Here's Clark. Covered by Mitchell. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. On Tuesday, they'll host the Boston Celtics. And then on Thursday, they'll host the Washington Wizards.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Miracle Man, he's checked in for the kid. Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game and facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those three things are pretty impactful.
Well said. This break gives us a moment to look at the leading playmakers among rookies for the past 10 games. Take a look at Clark, third in assists and a great leader.
Impressive dime count there, and you like to see that from a rookie. No better way to make a first impression than by spreading the wealth.
The drive by Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
T, defended by Butler. T, the pass to D. Here's Smooth. Shot clock at 6. Virginia needs to get off a shot. Here's T. Rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Inside. Here's Miracle Man. Buries it down low. Miracle Man's got his first points of the game. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, trailing by 2. T, defended by Butler. T, the pass to Clark. Shot clock at 5. Stolen away. Mitchell outside. Here's Butler. And he banks in the layup. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Clark. He's got 10. Broke loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Miracle Man. Averaging 9 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Clark, the pass to Smooth. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked loose. Here's the break. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Virginia. Big Cat is checked in for Jay. B comes in for Smooth. And it's Baylor in for T. .151 left in the second quarter. Baylor passes to D. Takes it to Clark. 5 to shoot. Off the mark, and the drop continues. Gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter. Well above the 50% mark from the field. Outside Butler. And there's the pass to Bottoms. Here's Miracle Man. The 3. It's Clark with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Pass to D. Here's Clark. He's got 10. Passes it to D. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. D's got 5 points so far. Butler feeling it out a bit. 34 seconds left to play here in the half. Missed inside.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Clark. The pass to Big Cat. Here's B. No good from 11 feet. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The home team up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, I see a team that's playing.
And that's...
After a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing tremendous gameplay indeed.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the floor for Virginia. B out there with D. Then there's J. Then it's Tiny, and it's T in at the shooting guard position. Here's Clark. Misses the 3.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Here's Goose. It's tipped. T, defended by Butler. T, the pass to B. Virginia working the ball around. Tries from 10, and they pick up 2. Jay's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Virginia. Outside Butler. Back to Mitchell. Here's Goose. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Butler passes to Goose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Clark. Pass to D. Here's T. Virginia gets it back in a new 14. B, the pass to J. Good. Jay's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, Mitchell. 12 points for him. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside T. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. They get it back.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Passes it to B. There's the pass to Jay. He cleans it as the shot clock ticks down. Jay's got 6 here in this quarter.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from it.
Goose, the pass to Butler. Pass to Goose. Ball's not loose. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 to start the 2nd half, developing a nice rhythm out there. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. For the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Free throw, good Butler. The kid, he's checked in for Goose. And Virginia also making a change. Smooth checked in for B. And so Butler nails both of them. Here's Clark. 10 points for him. To the inside, D, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Mitchell finds Butler. It's deflected. Here's Clark. Back to Clark. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Outside Butler. The Cavaliers pull it in. Jay's got rebound number 5 here tonight. For the tie, he takes it up and lays it in. Smooth's got it all tied up now for Virginia. Gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Here's Butler. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Butler's got 12.
Now that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Pass to Clark. The pass to D. 5 on the clock. Count it. Good. D's got 4 this quarter.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Mitchell kicks the tee. Back to Mitchell. Here's the kid. Teague drives in. The Cavaliers pull it in. Jay's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Smooth. Teague covering. To the middle. Stolen by Mitchell. And now here comes Teague leading the break. Here's the kid. Misses from short range.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Being a mediocre 41% in this one. Outside Butler, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
That free throw good from Butler. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Butler nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Clark, defended by Butler. Here's the teardrop, and that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 12. And pretty terrible here in the 3rd quarter at around 30%. Feeds it to Butler. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Pass to Clark. Down low. That's tipped. And here is Butler. 16 points for him. Passes to the kid. Back to Butler. And there's the pass to Bottoms. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Butler. Launches it. Doesn't go that time. And Virginia going the other way now. Here's Clark. He's got 12. Baller passes to Clark. Picked away. And here's the fast break. Here's Bottoms. Finished off the break.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Virginia, they've made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. Clark.
Shoot 2.
The first free throw is good. Mitchell is checked in for Butler. Then for the Cavaliers, D, he's checked in for Big Cap. And B, subbed in for Jay. misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
It's a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
Here's Baylor. Offensive rebound. D. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
The first one falls. Goose is checked in for Miracle Man. Second free throw, no good. It's a close game here in New Orleans. Here's the mayor. No good on the 3. Cavaliers have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point, going 7 of 14. There's 1:17 left to play in the third.
A difficult jumper against a much taller defender. That's what confidence can do for you.
Bottoms the pass to Goose. He kicks it to Mitchell. Pass to the mayor. Just 3 to shoot. And the call will be against D. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Passes it to Bottoms. 6 on the shot clock. Mitchell outside. Tries to hit him, and it's blocked. Here's Clark. 13 points in the game. The pass to D. A floater. Got a hand on it.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Mitchell passes to Bottoms. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Here's the mayor. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. We'll return shortly. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. 40% from the field. They've got Mitchell. Get out there with Goose, and there's money. And it's Bottoms in at the 2. And they're able to recover. Outside Teague. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bottoms. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. so he gets them both. Here's Clark. Pass to B. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. B's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Bottom's gone just 1 for 7 shooting tonight. Passes it to B. Back to Clark. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. No up that time on the shot that would have put them on top. In the lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Mitchell outside. To the middle. The kid passes to Goose. Here's Bottoms. Drains it from beyond the arc.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
Here's Clark. T covering. Now the pass to D. Fades away. They grab their own miss, and he gets it to go.
Timeout, timeout.
That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half. And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Changing it up here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the head coach of the home team had some words for the team during the break. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Dishes to Clark. Pass to Jay. B, T covering, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Now, here's Butler. He's guarded closely. Stolen. Here's Clark, defended by Butler. And oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Teague, the pass to Miracle Man. Good on the shot.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Passes it to D. Virginia working the ball around. Here's Clark. Just 5 on the clock. Here's B. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. outside Teague. And the pass to Miracle Man. Here's Goose. Mitchell outside. From 11 feet away. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the inside. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Miracle Man's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Timeout called, Virginia.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Home team on D. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Clark, the pass to B. Kicks to Clark. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go with the 3. A rebound by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game. And well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Clark, covered by Mitchell. At the top of the key, Clark. Inside, here's D. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
5 of 10, 50% from the field. Pass to Goose. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 6. 17-foot shot on the way.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Clark, covered by Mitchell. Clark, the pass to T. Releases. Again, the Cavaliers score. Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Here's Butler to the paint. Here's Goose. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's 12 points for Goose.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Clark, the pass to Jay. Virginia working the ball around. Here's Clark. It's tipped. Now Mitchell to the inside. Miracle Man. It's rebounded by Virginia. D's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Clark, covered by Mitchell. Outside Teague. Lays it up off the glass. Teague's got 4 points this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
D passes to T. Four on the clock. 17-foot shot on the way. Some solid defense from Butler. On the wing, Mitchell. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's B. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Clark. Passes to B. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Teague. Teague's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Timeout called, Virginia. They trail by 8. 1:12 left to play here in the fourth. Present our Jordan player of the game, Goose.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Clark, the pass to D, and the shot is good.
Yeah, the screen is the key to that whole sequence right there. No way he's letting anybody power their way through him on that pick.
Here's Butler. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. For three. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And an intentional foul right there.
That's his first personal.
The basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Teague with a clean look. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And that one's good by Clark.
Now, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Mitchell with it. And so they get the victory here at home. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit.